him over the edge. Then, wiping away the tears with one hand while clutching mine with the other, he revealed a look of calm determination on his face. As his grip grew tighter, he looked into my eyes and whispered in my ear,
This all ends today. You will be there to watch me walk our daughter down the aisle one day, and you're going to look just as gorgeous as the day I met you.
The heart monitor slowed.
You and I both know that this extra weight, the hypertension, all of this is not your fault, and I think we both know how I'm going to get my wife back.
That was the moment everything changed. You see, it was only 3 weeks before landing my broken butt in the hospital that I read a press release issued by the World Health Organization, naming Japan as the healthiest country on the planet. It turns out Japan has ranked top 5 for the last 50 years. That alone got my attention, but what really took my breath away were the statistics that backed up these claims from the world's most respected health authority. Get this, Japanese women live to an astonishing average age of 87 years old, a record number that has continued to climb since the 1960s. That's over 10 years longer than we get to live here. 10 years! Can you imagine getting an extra decade on this planet with your loved ones? Not only this, but the Japanese were also named the most disease-resistant and happiest country as well. These women had uncommonly low rates of dementia, depression, heart attacks, and strokes. So not only were they living longer, but for the last half century, their quality of life was dominating ours as well. As I'd later find out, the Japanese had made one simple alteration to their eating habits 62 years ago. And it was this subtle yet profound adjustment that supercharged their immune systems with the unique hormonal synergy needed to produce warrior antibodies that actually fought tooth and nail against disease and obesity. Here, most of us are so sick already without even knowing it, that our bodies willingly invite disease to set up shop, suffocating, dismantling, and killing the ability to fight at all. Finally, I had to raise an eyebrow when I read this next part. The study revealed that Japanese women on average are 42 pounds lighter than American women. That's right. While our obesity rate dominated 75% of our population last year, Japan's obesity rate remained almost non-existent. How could that be? How could one country be the most disease-resistant, longest-living, happiest, and skinniest country all at once? And don't worry, I was just as shocked as you are right now when I saw these numbers. Naturally, like you, I wanted to find out why, but more importantly, how. But there was one problem. As I scrolled down my phone for the answer, the article simply ended. It was over, just statistics, and no reason why, or even a hint of how-to information. What? Take a second to picture yourself at the theater watching the best movie of your entire life, knuckles deep in the most delicious bag of popcorn ever. Then imagine the power goes out and someone steals your popcorn. It was like that, kind of. Anyway, I knew the solution had to be hiding somewhere, and to be honest, I prayed selfishly the answer had nothing to do with Japan's climate or unique DNA, because I wasn't about to move to Japan, and I definitely wasn't Japanese. I was desperate to uncover the reason these women were living such long, ultra-healthy, happy, and almost superhuman lives. And not just for myself, but for the millions of weight loss resistant women here in North America who are grasping at straws trying to get their old life back just like I was. Now, before I go any further and reveal exactly how these women live longer, healthier, more slender, and happy lives, I have a guilty confession to make. Maybe you know what it's like to sit on the edge of your bed and pray for a miracle, just to take the weight away like I used to do. And if that's the case, I'm betting those prayers have gone unanswered. Well, so did mine. The truth is, I had secretly opened a bank account to save up for liposuction surgery in an attempt to answer my own prayers. For over 2 years, I had been squirreling away every dime for the $11,000 surgery. That day in the hospital, I revealed the plan to my husband, and even though I was only $500 away from the goal, I made a pivotal decision that would change my own life and the lives of tens of thousands of other women across the globe. Instead of taking the easy way out and walking into the plastic surgeon's office to have the fat sucked out of me, I walked into the bionutrition research laboratory at my local university with a check for $10,500 in my hand. That day, my liposuction money helped fund a team devoted to cracking to what we would later refer to as the Japan Code. For the next 6 months straight, we devoured every piece of information we could find while conducting over 75 interviews with the world's most respected doctors, scientists, government officials, and endocrinologists. And even though many of them were reluctant, some empathized with my situation, along with the epidemic that had a hold of a continent 6,000 miles away. In the end, a select few broke their code of silence and shared the groundbreaking research that I'm about to share with you right now. As we pulled our findings together, I was surprised to find that almost every Japanese official, scientist, and university doctor pointed to one thing: shoku iku, It turns out that shokuiku, which translates to nutrition architecture, is a set of guidelines broken down into extremely simple food and flavor pairing rituals. The primary goal of each pairing was to create a hormonal and metabolic balance to promote health, well-being, strength, and happiness from within. And as I mentioned before, here we do the exact opposite. The scientists explain that in North America, we literally try to attack obesity, disease, and depression from the outside with what they called shotgun approaches, like the diets, exercise routines, and pills we're all used to. Back in 1966, as the fast food craze hit America, the Japanese government instead passed laws to make their wellness from within, flavor pairing rituals, and shokuiku the country's mandatory nutrition platform. So while we quickly became the fattest, sickest, and unhealthiest country on the planet, the Japanese just kept losing weight while living longer, happier, and more fulfilling lives. All because of a simple, yet metabolically explosive set of flavor pairing rituals they adopted over 50 years ago. And that's what really gave me peace of mind, knowing that flavor pairing was the key to unlocking the female fat loss code. It wasn't some pill being concocted in a lab or a get skinny by yesterday diet dreamed up by some TV doctor without any long-term testing to see if it actually worked, or more importantly, if it was actually safe. This was 50 years of proof combined with 2 billion people living leaner, healthier, longer lives. And did I mention that Japanese women consume more carbohydrates than any other country as well? In fact, they almost eat double the amount of carbs we eat here. More on that in a second. From there, we began to examine other nations that topped the list for healthiest countries, like Spain, Switzerland, and Australia. The team and I dug deep to uncover their secrets for living these ultra-healthy, lean, and long-lasting lives, focusing specifically on weight loss and how they could actually maintain such lean and slender figures. Pretty soon, a shocking pattern began to emerge. The women who lost weight the fastest, and those who were able to maintain such desirable lifelong figures, free from the stress and guaranteed failure of dieting, all practiced simple rituals that paired the right foods and flavors throughout their day. We also found out that all of our own North American diet and weight loss rituals were almost unheard of in their countries. They did not do any boring cardio or high-intensity exercise. They did not have to eat bland food or starve themselves. They did not have to spend money on expensive pills or supplements. They did not spend hours in the gym or counting calories. Instead, the cutting-edge research proved Australian women who lost the weight the fastest did zero cardio and replaced it with a simple movement sequencing ritual that eliminates fat from their softest areas. Instead of counting calories, Swiss women could lose a pound a day by using a simple chocolate pairing habit to reset weight loss hormones, forcing their body into fat-burning overdrive. Spanish women used a wine timing ritual that eradicated the deadly inflammation enzymes that cause over 140,000 strokes here in North America every single year. The study went on to prove that Japanese women were able to eat more starchy, calorie-filled foods using a carb pairing ritual at dinner each night. And I was especially excited when the research revealed you can lose weight even faster by pairing 2 savory dessert spices found in almost every woman's kitchen. So you'll be happy to know that by flavor pairing, you can still have your cake and eat it too, with a couple of tasty and quick switches to your favorite cheat foods and actually create an overnight fat-burning response while you're at it. We were shocked because even though these simple, zero-cost rituals have been undeniably proven, we have never seen the indisputable evidence until now. It turns out there's a despicable reason for hiding the key to unlocking the female fat loss code. It's the same reason you haven't heard about it from those TV doctors, social media weight loss gurus, fat loss infomercials, or even your own doctor. The truth is simple. Our government can't tax easy fat loss doubling rituals, and pharmaceutical and supplement companies can't make money off a simple flavor pairing trick that signals around-the-clock weight loss. Because these strategies only cost pennies a day and are so extremely simple, the weight loss industry wants to keep them locked up and buried. And if you lose the weight extremely fast, like you will this time, they can't hook you with another fad approach that kills your dreams and empties you and your family's pockets yet again. From there, the moment we finalized the